Today's lesson is on equivalent fractions and simplifying fractions. First, we're going to look at equivalent fractions. We're going to complete the equations to form equivalent fractions. Equivalent means equal, so we want the two fractions to be equal. So for our first problem, we have 3/6, and that's going to equal 9 over something. We're trying to figure out what would go in the denominator underneath 9. So we have 3 for our first fraction in the numerator, and in our second fraction we have 9. So to go from 3 to 9, we would multiply by 3. So we need to do the same thing for the denominator, so the bottom. We're starting with 6, and we're also going to multiply by 3. In order for them to be equivalent, we have to do the same thing for the numerator and the denominator. So 6 times 3 would be 18. So 3/6 is equal to 9/18. Now for number 2, we have 4/5 equals something over 20. We have 5 in the denominator of the first fraction, and we have 20 in the denominator of the second fraction. So to go from 5 to 20, we're going to multiply by 4. To make these equivalent, we will do the same thing for the numerator. So we're going to multiply 4 in the numerator times 4, and that will give us 16. So 4/5 is equal to 16/20. We're going to continue with a couple more examples. So for number 3, we have 8/9, and that is equal to 32 over something. So in the numerator, we have 8 for the first fraction, and for the second fraction, we have 32. 8 times 4 equals 32, so we'll do the same thing for the denominator. We're going to multiply 9 times 4, and 9 times 4 is 36. So 8/9 would be equal to 32/36. And now for number 4, we have 5/15, and that is equal to 25 over something. So in the numerator we have 5 for the first fraction and 25 for the second fraction. To go from 5 to 25, we're going to multiply by 5. So we will do the same thing for the denominator. 15 times 5 is 75. So 5/15 is equal to 25/75. Now we're going to simplify fractions. So we're going to write each fraction in simplest form. So for number 5, we have 14/18, and we're going to simplify that. In order to simplify 14/18, we need to come up with our greatest common factor for 14 and 18, and then we're going to divide both of those numbers by that greatest common factor. So our greatest common factor for 14 and 18 would be 2. So we're going to divide the numerator by 2. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. And then we're also going to divide the denominator by 2. And 18 divided by 2 is 9. So 14/18 would equal 7/9. Now for number 6, we have 24/30. So for this problem, we need to come up with our greatest common factor for 24 and 30. And our greatest common factor would be 6. So we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 6. 24 divided by 6 would be 4. And 30 divided by 6 would be 5. So 24/30 equals 4/5. Now we're going to continue with a couple more examples. So for number 7, our fraction is 4/12. We need to figure out our greatest common factor for 4 and 12. And that greatest common factor would be 4. So we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 4. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. So 4/12 would simplify to 1/3. And for number 8, we have 36 over 63, and we're going to simplify using the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor of 36 and 63 would be 9. So we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 9. 36 divided by 9 is 4, and 63 divided by 9 is 7. So our fraction simplified would be 4/7.